Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Dan. This is Tweet FEV. Thanks for coming out today. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. It's morning where I'm at. Probably might be morning where you're at or not. I don't know. Depends on where you're at. Obviously. Took a little hiatus last week. We'll get this out of the way right now. Been preoccupied with other more important things. I've been studying for a test that I have to take at work on Thursday morning. So last week I was up late studying, and then I just was not feeling it. So been studying a lot. Been kind of detached and unplugged from the whole FPV scene. Obviously, I'm still here. I'm still poking through the Discord. I'm still doing all the things, but a lot has happened in the last couple weeks. We'll get into it. If you guys have any questions or things you want to talk about, put it in the chat down on the thingamadoo down there. If you want to get my attention, you can do what some of these people are doing here. Actually, nobody's doing it, but if you type tweet FPV, it'll light up an orange. I might look at it. Always hit that $sign at the bottom there and throw in a super chat. It's always greatly appreciated. If you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking at all this stuff. It's kind of like my stream health. You know, I got my OBS preview. I've got the whole YouTubey thing here, and then OBS here. That little green box. See the little green box there in the corner? This one here. When that turns orange, it's because it's raining outside, and I live in the sticks, and the internet sucks. Power's gone out 3 times this morning while waiting to set up the stream. Everything's on a UPS. You know what that is? It's a battery, basically a battery backup. So if the power goes out long enough, I go away. So let's hope Mother Nature doesn't ruin our day here, or at least our morning. Still got a lot of going on. Like I said, been studying a lot. Been kind of trying to stay off the Discord and YouTube. Just that stuff distracts me, and I'll go down the rabbit hole for hours. Still over there helping people out, mostly getting their radios bound up because that's seems to be the biggest thing still. Don't know why. And it's not just FR Sky. It's Express ELRS, Crossfire. Everybody's having issues. And I'm not really sure what the deal is. Got some other projects going on over on the bench over there. I've got the new Beast Class build to replace the old X Class. I have all my parts in. I believe I have all my parts in. Yeah, I think I have all my parts in. Still working on building my I know this is stupid. I'm building my own personal head unit for my car using Android Open Auto, using Open Auto on a Raspberry Pi. It's a stupid idea. I shouldn't be doing it, but I'm doing it anyways. My robot vacuum cleaner upstairs decided it can't go backwards anymore, so that is unasked on my bench over there. My workshop looks like a bomb went off in it because there's parts everywhere. I've got one wheels torn apart all over the place. It's a mess, and I haven't touched anything in weeks. All right, and as you notice, people are. Well, let's see if I can find this chatbot command here. This one. Let's see. And we'll do the old Control V. Let's see if that works. Spent a exorbitant amount of time getting all the stupid lights to work. It seems like if I don't stream for a week in a row, if I skip a week, nothing works. I have to like unlink everything and relink everything and add it. It's a big pain in the butt, but I do it for you guys so you can fidget spin with my lights in the background. I think that's what it. Yeah. Let's do some unicorn vomit over there. All right. Okay, as you can see in the chat there, it just dumped a bunch of commands. These are the commands that you can use to play with the lights. Just exclamation point, whatever the color thing is. And Rob Logan, I left the Popo off the list. We were having issues with that one. I'll do it once. Close your eyes. He didn't like that. I don't really like it either, but it's on the list. I think Super Chats will still do it. So if you guys want to trigger Rob Logan, that's one way to do it. Make it stop. I don't know what's happening. The lights are kind of fickle, but they're working. All right, guys, let's go over to the chat, see how things are going. Steady Eddie, thank you for coming out. Law Bart, Rob Logan Jr. as always. Mike N and House FEV, same account, same person. Drone, good morning, everybody. Law Bart, sounds like the weather is kind of like what it is here. It is rainy and crappy. I have not had a chance to fly in 2 weeks. I was like, you know what? If the weather's good in the morning, I'm going to drag my computer over towards the door, hook up a capture card, and I'm going to go fly and do the live stream thing at the same time. But rainiest place in the country. Yeah. So instead, the grass is just growing. And it's going to keep growing because I'm not going to touch it for at least a week. Paul McDowell, how you doing this morning? Sco FEV, I believe that's Brian FEV. I don't know. People keep changing their names. I have no idea who's who. Free Range Chicken, how you doing? Morton Upshot, good morning. Free Lojo, welcome. How you doing? Mike Bergman, as always. Paul McDowell says, talk about the new 533 goggles. I will. I am probably the minority of most people that have seen those where I think it is a awesome idea, but I'm a little different. We'll talk about why. One-on-one, or little one-on-one, how's it going? Borked, welcome to the live stream. Glad to see you here. Thoughts on Mavic drones dropping frag pops at your... Yeah. That's it's been interesting. Beautiful morning here in West Tennessee. I've always considered, like, I always got to think about where I want to live when I retire. In Tennessee, it's up there on the list. It is up there on the list. Almost 80 here in Phoenix. It's about 80 and about 190% humidity here. It is absolutely gross. Fun little project for your car. It would be fun, a project for my car, except for every time I take off the fascia to get the stereo out, it breaks. There's little clips that are like, you know, they go over the studs and they just melt the stud down on top of it, hoping it'll work until somebody takes it off, then they all break. Yeah, it sucks. And the car's old and it's hard to find the parts for it that aren't beat to you know what. Free Lojo, how you doing? Said to, let's see, Free Lojo says, I want to build an open auto system as well. I have gone through a lot of different parts to try to figure out what works. I'm not super fluent in Linux and all that kind of stuff. I think I've got it working, but I'm not sure. Ricardo, let's see. Do you repair broken flight controllers SC? Is it worth it to do it on your own tools, heat gun powered? So I have repaired a couple flight controllers before. I had a old Helio Spring mini flight controller back when that was a thing, and it was like the hot thing. I screwed up and I wasn't paying attention to the way the pinout worked, and I put VBAT into motor output 4. Blew a hole right through the MCU. It was I think it was a F4 something MCU. I don't know. I've actually got it. I saved it. So I scabbed a good MCU off of a different board. I think it was probably like a JB F4. Soldered in place, and that worked great. But that controller had two MCUs. It had an F4 and an F3. The F3 was entirely devoted to running the PID loop. That one blew a hole in it, and that was some proprietary thing that I couldn't find a spare part for, so that one went in the shit can. But I did get it working for the most part. It is worth doing if you know what you're doing. If you have a heat gun and you have a steady hand and a nice soldering iron, it's worth it to give it a try. I don't think I would ever say, I would never rely on the board that was fixed. If that makes any sense. But they are fixable. There are a lot of people out there that do it. It does take a lot of time, and there's a lot of trial and error that has to go into it. Oh, why are we bending to Rob Logan's will? We just are. He's been a long-time supporter. And I honestly don't like the po-po flashing lights either. Let's see. Used to be Brian FEV. Oh, yeah, Brian FEV. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Too many Bryant SUVs out there. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know if any other SCO FUVs. John K, how you doing this morning? Thoughts on war footage? Remember 3 dropping bombs in Ukraine. Watch. So since you're not a mod, the links aren't going to work. But I have heard about Mavic 3's drop. Since this whole war with Ukraine started, there's been a lot of talk about, DJI should be geofencing their drones so they don't work in Russia, and then other people saying they shouldn't make them work at all. As shitty as it sounds, I think DJI not taking a side and not geofencing anything is probably the right thing to do from a corporate standpoint, because then you're picking sides. And I know a lot of companies are picking sides, but such a huge company like that, plus I think there might be some political, you know what, we're not going to get into it. It's shitty what's happening. I'm worried that the use of drones being so prolific in this conflict are going to shape the landscape for legislation here and in other places in the world, because I mean, I'm surprised not more people have done this kind of stuff yet, because it ain't hard. It ain't hard at all to do. Yeah. All right. Not enough coffee this morning. I'm gonna make a cup of coffee here. I'm gonna start some water. Be right back. Got a little electric kettle around the corner. I also started roasting my own coffee beans. It's been a fun little experiment, and I just use this little hand grinder here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's the sound of awesomeness, and I love it. Let's see. Back to the chat here. Daniel Poulin, good morning. How are you? Let's see. PayPal for your Beast funds. YouTube doesn't get a cut. Okay, thank you, Lawrence. I really appreciate that. Just a heads up. I am doing a Beast build. It originally started off that I was just going to get a new frame and swap the guts from the iFlight X-Class into a Chaos Machine Works Tasmanian 2. But I absolutely hate working this frame so much that and it's 8S, which has always been kind of a compromise. I decided, you know what, we're going to go and put all new parts into this thing. We're going to do it from the ground up, and we're going to do it right. And unfortunately, doing it right is pretty GD expensive. iFlight and Banggood paid for an awful lot of this build. And the deal was I had to use all iFlight parts for the most part, whatever I could get from iFlight, which was an awesome experience. iFlight, I had a lot of issues with some of the ESCs burning out for really no reason, and I tracked it down to either the PDB or the flight controller, which neither one made sense. It didn't make any sense to iFlight, but they refunded me for every ESC and every motor I put on ARM number 3. Even if I didn't buy them from them, they refunded me the money. And it was amazing. I was really surprised, and I wasn't doing it through like my Tweet FPV account. I was doing it through my personal account, so it wasn't like they kind of knew. They didn't know it was like for a YouTube thing. So that was big on the iFlight. So I don't really ever fly that drone, the X-Class, except for mostly just like exhibition stuff, like if I want to show a group of people. So long story short, I hate working that frame. It's a big pain in the ass. Anytime you want to get to the electronics, you have to remove all 4 arms. And then the last time I got in there to switch out R9 to Express ELRS, I must have pulled the signal wire off the PDB, and one of the motors won't spin up. So I got to get in there, just a little touch of solder. I think I can actually do it without taking the frame apart, but I'll probably take it apart anyways. So anyways, back to building just a straight up Beast class. I basically went to Chaos Machine Works. I saw what they're doing for their Bind It and Fly Beast class, and I'm basically going to copy it. Let's get through this real quick. So anyways, looking to offset the cost of the Beast class. Absolutely don't need to donate, but if you do feel like it, it'll add to that total there. One of these days I'll figure out which way to point to make it make sense. Come on. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this. But like Lauren said, he donated via PayPal, which you can find links to that kind of stuff over at tweetfb.com. YouTube has a 70-30 split as far as revenue sharing goes, meaning I get 70% and they get 30%, which is way better than other platforms like Twitch, which I think is like a 40-60 or maybe 50-50, something like that. And that's across the board, no matter how many subs you have, as long as you're eligible to get subs. So, through PayPal, they don't take a cut. Long story short. Let's see. Over to the chat here. Playing with the lights. Good morning. So Ill Area. Haven't seen that name before, but thank you so much for coming out. Let's see. From Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much. I used to live in Michigan, and I used to visit Canada an awful lot. Mostly Windsor, just because it's, like, right there. Little 101, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go ahead and... Fiddy18, thank you so much. Every little bit helps, but like I said, absolutely no need to contribute. And Lawrence, thank you so much. Big old $10. Thank you. Mike Berg, we're not touching that with a 10-foot pole. LOL, me neither. I don't know what we're talking about. Safe bet, branded. That's yeah, okay. We must be talking about the Russia-Ukraine thing. FPS Russia. I used to watch the shit out of that. That's not the right camera. There we go. Yeah, I used to watch FPS Russia a lot. I used to be really big into the firearms scene a long time ago. Not so much anymore. So there. This is kind of a lighter roast. It's not a super dark roast. I prefer the flavor of a little bit darker roast than this, but this is not bad at all. Let me grab the water. I prefer a pour over in lieu of a French press myself. So I'm just gonna get them wet, let them bloom a little bit. This is water. I typically boil the water and then let it rest for about 20 seconds. It seems to work out really good. And so my friend's over at Ruby Moon Coffee. He is getting into producing coffee in K-Cups. He's found a K-Cup that allows him to put the fresh roasted coffee in there. It has a one-way valve that allows it to off-gas, so he can put fresh coffee in it without... Because if it didn't have a one-way valve, the K-Cup would literally explode. So he's found K-Cups that have a one-way valve in them, so he can roast the coffee, grind it, throw it in there, and then between the time he packs it and most likely by the time anybody brews it, it's had enough time to off-gas. So that's going to be really exciting. I can't wait for him to get that going. So I'll just get this going here. I don't specifically measure out the weight in the ground that I use. I basically just fill that grinder up to the top with beans, and that's good enough for me. That is my favorite part. I don't know why I like this so much. There's something satisfying. But this is a Guatemalan blend. If you thought you were coming here for drones, boy, you are mistaken. We're here for coffee. If you don't like coffee, sorry, you're wrong, I guess. I don't know. No, it's an acquired taste. If you like coffee, but you like cream and sugar in it, then you don't like coffee, as far as I'm concerned. I used to run the coffee mess at work. People were complaining about the coffee because I got something that was from like Yucatan. It was a bit sour. I didn't really care for it, but they were complaining about it, and they don't like the flavor of the coffee. And then they also want more cream and sugar. I'm like, see, you really don't. Your opinion's invalid to me. There we go. We'll just let her run. All right. Hopefully I didn't have everybody decide to leave during that. Let's see, viewer activity. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Analysis. There we go. Not bad. All right. Let's see. Too late. He started down the rabbit hole. It's been exposed. Yeah, it looks kind of dirty. Interesting. Where would armed drones fall in a Second Amendment discussion? Nope, not playing that game. Good try, Borked. I think the FAA's ruling is that your drone cannot have any sort of explosives or pyrotechnics on it. Like you always see the videos during the 4th of July where the drones are flying around with the Roman candles attached to them, going beep, beep, beep. Yeah, that's very much against the FAA. Morton upshot, French press or pour over. I prefer pour over myself. And the chatty thing did the jump. Mike Hernack, welcome. Wisconsin FPV drone race today. $25,000 in prizes. I'm headed out around noon. Good luck. Are you watching or racing? Hostile Rabbit, the more you work into making up a coffee, the more satisfying the first sip is. You know what? You're very much correct there, I think. So it's a bit on the light side. I'm going for flavor over strength, so it's not black. I can see like a light, like a dark golden haze to it. There we go. But then you get the grind right when there's just a tiny little bit of haze in the bottom of the canister. All right. That's good. That's very good. Try not to slurp in the microphone like some other prominent streamers out there, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Evan Turner's gonna be racing. Awesome. Reload, I just finished up my first workbench. Not exactly how I would have liked it, but moved my 3D printer now, and my work in process 3D printer. And same with our government. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. It seems to be the trend that whatever rules get put in place in the States end up carrying over to the rest of the world. Yeah. Sco says, how much do you need for a complete beast class? I'm happy to chip in. Well, full disclosure, all the parts are already purchased. I would like to say how much it is, but there's a chance my wife might be listening, and I'm not going to. Ricardo, I'd actually have to go and price it all out. It's, I'll put it this way. What Callus Machine Works is charging for a pre-built Beast class is pretty fair if you consider the time it takes to build it and tune it. Let's see if I can find it here. So here is a pre-built Tasmanian V2 bind and fly. Running, I believe they're gonna. This is with DJI. So that is what it costs to buy one pre-built and tuned, and that's only. I think they're. I'm gonna say, if you take the batteries out of the equation, it's probably $400 in labor in that cost there. Just to give you an idea. But basically what I did is I took everything in this build and I went and just sourced it in other places. Probably should just had them build it, but I want to build it myself. The only thing I don't have yet is the air unit. I've been having issues with air units not recording to the SD card for a while. I have a new air unit. The ones I have are the very first run that were pre-packaged with the V1 goggles. After the 50 megabits update, I cannot record 1080, 16:9, 60 frames per second to the SD card without having an SD card slow error. And I bought all sorts of different SD cards. I bought the exact same ones the DJI recommends. Still nothing. So I've got a new air unit. I'm going to give that a try, see if that is the issue. The only thing that they do weird on their build is they have a separate battery solely to power the air unit. I'm going to be doing it off of a Maytech Beck that is rated for 12S voltage. That's the difference from what I'm going to do versus what they did. You got to figure every piece is about $100. Each ESC is $100. Each mower is $100. Right there, that's 8. And you need not just one of these big bastards. You need 2 of them. These are 5100 milliamp Tattoo 6S batteries. These things are friggin' monstrous. Here's a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra versus the battery. Just to give you an idea how massive these are. And they're not cheap. Yeah, I haven't priced out ammunition in a very long time. I haven't bought a round in probably 15 years. I've reloaded everything that I fire except for 22, obviously. And guys I was working with were telling me how much they were paying in ammo, and I'm like, oh, I can't get into that hobby at all. I can't get back into that at all. Let's see. Mike Berger, man, I really don't even like coffee, but that looks good. It's pretty good. I probably could have roasted it just a little bit longer. It's a little on the ripe side. Still very much enjoy it though. Freelo just says, "Yep, be making coffee now." I'm gonna pour over. Now I want a good cup of coffee. I'll be honest, like, who makes good cheap coffee? Like McDonald's, it's not bad. Their coffee used to be hot warmed over garbage. It's not bad. The biggest problem I find with most places that make coffee is it's way too hot. Like they manage to boil, like, I don't know if they pressure cook the water or something, but I don't care for coffee that's been scalded to death. What's the biggest battery you'd put on the Baby Ape for freestyle? An 854S, I think, is about the largest pack I would do. I had the Baby Ape. I flew it with the 850. It flew fine. I wouldn't go any bigger than that, and even the 850 is still kind of on the big side. I think the sweet spot was like a 450-ish milliamp pack, standard volt. It performed well. It gave me enough flight time. For me, anything over like 3-4 minutes, I kind of get bored. So I would prefer to have like an awesome, intense flight rather than a longer flight where it's kind of lethargic because of the extra weight of the battery. But that's just me. Yeah. So I mean, the parts I have in this. So I've got APD ESCs. I've got the Demon motors. I've got an APD PDB running the Brain Radix F7 flight controller. The Tasmanian V2 frame, obviously. Tattoo 5100 milliamp 6S packs. And I'm going to put a DJI FPV air unit in it. And the GemFan 13-inch props. There's only like really one company that makes like genuine, dedicated Beast class, X class props, and that's GemFan. Everything else is kind of like a fixed wing prop that's just been repurposed. Yeah, I don't want. So it was a long time ago. There was a kid that built a drone and stuck a Glock to it. That video is probably back from like 2001, 2002, something like that. So I mean, it's definitely on the FAA's radar. People putting, basically arming hobbyist drones. The fact that you can fish, like they have fishing setups for Mavic drone, not Mavics, but the Phantoms. Just swap out fishing line for, you know, your choice of horrible thing. Yeah. Morton Upshot. I like my coffee like women. Better. Nice. Brandon Baked Beans Coffee. There you go. There's something you should be doing. Oh my God, no, she hates this hobby, Sco. She absolutely despises this hobby. A, it's expensive. B, it makes noise and it's noisy. And 2, it brings me happiness, so it's off the table, sure. It's all deductible. No. Nope. Yeah. 15 hours away, she don't need to know. It is a very expensive back. Let's see. This is the back. It'll do 60 volt. I think this is the one I bought. April 17th. Yeah, I think this is it. So it'll do 60 volts. And it's, you know, it's not that big. It's I think it's definitely worth doing this over a separate battery, but there may be a reason. It may not be able to handle the current of the air unit. We'll see. For some reason, I've been getting ads in YouTube for airsoft or paintball balls, but they're like rubber and you can reuse them. I don't know why Facebook has been pushing that one, but oh well. Yeah, it's amazing that lady actually won that trial for burning herself with a cup of coffee. It just shows you how messed up things are. Ricardo Ferreros asks, could you show us a side-by-side of a Beast class motor and a 5-inch? Sure. Give me a second. Go to the dust cam over here. Oh, let's see. I gotta move those things around a little bit here. Give me 1 second. So this is a regular run-of-the-mill Zing 2207 motor. And, you know, this is the box it comes in. And here is the motor for the Beast class. It's only a little bit bigger. Just for comparison's sake. So this is a 2400 or a 420 kV. Nice. 4220. So that is the difference in the motor size there. Quite a bit different. If I were to show you a picture of the of a standard 5-inch quad held up against one of the props for the Beast class, the Beast class prop is bigger than the 5-inch quad with its props on. Just for perspective. So, is she big? These motors are friggin' huge. It's true. Let's see, my phone was playing the stream, and I guess it shut down. What did I miss? You missed a lot of talk about coffee, making drones shoot and drop bombs. Yeah, not much. Comparison of some big boy motors versus some little motors. Oh man, where did the chat go? Let's see, we talked about that. $40 in late post. Darn there. Let's see. Could you show us Baby Apis 3S Max? Oh wait, yep, you're right. It was a 3S pack. I think it was a 3S 650 I was using, and then I used a 3S 300 high volt. I'm pretty sure McDee's is Newman's own. I could see that. Back when I used to work there, it was packaged in their own packaging, but you know, I'm sure it's sourced from somebody else, and it's not bad. Mike D. So this Baby Ape's gonna be your first quad. Did you get the Pro or did you get the standard one with the horrific camera in it? That camera is bad. It is really bad. Let's see. What amps are those ESCs? They are, I believe, 120 amp ESCs. $200 amp ESCs, sorry. They're 200 amp ESCs. No, they're not. No, they're not. Hang on. I haven't really looked at the whole build in quite a while. Like I've said in the beginning, been busy with some other stuff, you know, studying for work. Come on. Yes, 120 amp ESCs. That's it's these guys here. $120 amps. I'm at the PDB. Whoopsie. 12. This is the P. Yeah. PDB is this guy here. It's a 500 amp, 500 amp PDB. Yeah, it's a beast. Everything about it is big, heavy, and expensive. Do you have the crap drone on the bench? I do have the crap drone. You know, let's we'll talk about that here in a little bit. A couple things we got to go through today. Geez, it's 45 minutes into the stream. We're going to be giving away the monthly giveaway for the cavity frame, the cavity build. Sorry, So this is my own designed frame. It's not a perfect cut. It's just one of the ones I have sitting around, so deal with it, yo. The only thing off about the frame is I got a little overzealous with trying to use the most out of the sheet, so that's missing. So this is my cavity frame. I don't make a whole lot of them, but I do make a few every once in a while, and it'll be powered by some AMAX 1303 5000 kV motors. These are kind of an older motor. They are a 3-hole design, so that's a little bit weird. This is going to be kind of a bit of a retro build. We got, remember the hype around these props, these Pyrodrone 65 millimeter blue and orange props? These things were just fucking trash. So I got that. It'll be powered by this. This was the Beta FPV Toothpick AIO. It's F4 12 amp AIO. Toothpick sized. You can tell it's a Toothpick AIO because the USB port comes off the side. That's how you can tell between a Whoop and a Toothpick board. That is 2 to 3S. I recommend this thing on 3S. It's a fair bit fun on it. And this is one of the more controversial parts about this quad, and this is just my opinion here. The camera I prefer to use is a terrible camera. It's one of these little guys, but it's a camera and VTX all in one. Super easy for installation. Very, very light. Also, the image quality kind of sucks, but max performance here. Max performance. So that is the monthly giveaway. That will be, we'll be drawing the wheel. We'll be spinning the wheel for that here in a. When did I say we would do this? I said I would do it at 11 o'clock. So, holy crap, that's. You know, we're gonna extend that out to 11:30, folks. We're gonna extend that out to 11:30. So you have till 11:30 Central Time. That is about 45 minutes here to get in on that. If you don't know where the getting spot is, figure it out. I'm not looking to get handouts. And if you guys remember back to the last month's giveaway, if you get shitty about it in the chat, we'll see ya. We got some new patron members. We got Curtis Campbell and Mahel Reddick up there in the Super Cool Kids Club. Thank you so much for joining. There are some perks for being a Patreon member. Being on the $5 and up tier gets you the link for the monthly giveaways as soon as they go live, or as soon as I make them up, we'll put it that way. Everybody else gets it when this live stream goes live, so it kind of lets you set it and forget it. Also, being a Patreon member, you get the direct link to the giveaways for the monthly sub 250 crate giveaways. Instead of having to hunt through the video to find the link, you just get them, and you don't have to do any of the legwork there. So, a couple perks there. Do a lot of polls, a lot of questionnaires in there, just to kind of see where everybody's heads are at as far as the hobby goes. So, if you want to join the Cool Kids Club, again, go to tweetfb.com, and you can scroll on down the side here. And right here are ways you can support me. These are all affiliate links. Click on any of those links and buy anything from those vendors, and I get a small cut. Doesn't cost you anything, and it honestly helps out a lot as far as the channel. Everything that comes into that stuff goes right back into this thing. Not me, the channel. And then on the right-hand side, here's all the social stuff. Patreon, Discord, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Patreon, click that and sign up if you want. If you don't. Doesn't matter to me. It does matter. But this isn't my full-time job. I have employment elsewhere. I'm not trying to survive off this. If there's somebody else that is making this a full-time job and you want to support them, it's either them or me. Support them. They need it. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but there are people that rely on that stuff to feed themselves and their families. Oh, let's see. So Lawrence asks, is that the crap drawn on the bench? So we talked about, I got hit up by a retailer or a manufacturer called Ruko. They make camera drones. It's been a long time since I've looked at a cheap Chinese garbage camera drone. I figured, like, Maybe they've gotten better. Sure, I'll do a review on it. They sent me this. This little foldy boy here. I've been asking the manufacturer, how on earth do you sell this thing? Because it sucks. God, does it suck. It folds. It's nice. It's a 5-inch prop, I believe. I think it was a 5-inch. It's a 13-inch prop. No, 6-inch prop. 6-inch prop. Big old props. It's got a terrible camera. It's not stabilized in any way, shape, or form. It's got little rubber gummies on it. Flight time is decent, 15 minutes on a pack. They advertise 30 minutes of flight time because they give you 2 packs. Yeah. SD card is very easy to get in and out of it, which I do like. It's just right there in the bottom. You don't have to like flip any doors open or any of that stuff. So that's kind of nice. Everything charges off USB-C. There's no wall warts required. You just need a USB. Well, there's wall warts are required, but it's no proprietary charging anything. It's just USB, power in. Focus you there. So that's kind of nice. There's more information I need to get about it, like what kind of RC protocol it uses, because it does not run off Wi-Fi. The camera system, the video system runs off Wi-Fi to your phone. Okay, but the RF system is definitely 2.4 gigahertz, I believe. It's definitely not over Wi-Fi, because I can definitely outfly it with the controller. I can fly it farther with the controller than what I can see the video connection. So there's that. It's brushed, so there's that. It's $30 less than a Mavic Mini. There's that. You don't need an account. You don't need an account. I say it again, you don't need an account. You don't need to share location services. You don't need to share contacts. You don't need to share your Wi-Fi. You don't need to do any of that stuff. So there is that. That may be a very strong upside for somebody who wants a drone. I don't know what else you would do with it from that, but literally you download the app. It wants location, but that's just so it can do a moving map, and that's it. You don't have to make an account. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Like all the registering, logging in, verifying your device, all that stuff that like say DJI needs, doesn't do that. You can fly it without the phone. You can just line of sight, fly with just a controller. Kind of cool. So that is an upside about it. So have you considered a 1S Beast class? I don't think that's possible, Martin. It would be neat though. It'd make a good video. So I'm still trying to record the video on this thing. The weather here has been awful. At least the time that I've been free to go fly it, the weather's been awful. So they requested a review video on it, a teardown video on it, and then I gotta figure out what I want to do with this thing. I have some ideas. It might be kind of cool. It might suck. I'm not sure. But I've got some ideas of what I can do with the carcass, if that gives you any ideas of what might happen. But the fact that it's brushed kind of sucks. Oh, man. But flying jump fan, 45, 25 props, my 250. What a killer setup. Yeah, sometimes having a smaller prop that's lighter, that is more responsive, can be pretty nice. 1S Beast class. You'd have to have like a 10 amp 1S battery that you have a huge, man, I don't know how you would do that. I know you couldn't do it. I don't think it'd fly. But then again, Beast class, there's no classification for Beast class that I'm aware of. So, I mean, it's like saying a face cord of wood. Like that there's no set measurement for a face cord of wood. It's whatever the person defines their face cord as. Josh Barrow made half a dozen vids on how to build a Beast class, and then he lent it to Nurk and some lady, and she immediately started ripping it, sort of crapped himself. Yeah, because I think he paid for that build. That's, yeah. This thing, I've always kind of flown it pretty ginger careful, and then the last couple times I flew it, we were at a multi-GP race. I'm like, screw it. I was flying it through the multi-GP gates. really kind of getting it. The thing flies terrible. I had Brandon Baked Beans look at the log, and it was a head scratcher for him. It's bad. It's tuned terrible. The Beta Retel 2 to swap in the back camera. Cool. You're definitely going to want to eventually do that. Moving the IR filters for night vision, so I have camera to swap. I never got into the whole pulling the IR filters out. I think it's weird. Yeah, so it was Zoe FPV. I actually built a 3D quad that I have in the little shop over there that I flew a couple times using her 3D props. Flying 3D is kind of a head scratcher because your forward speed is dictated by your camera angle. So with a little bit of camera angle, you fly forward. Now you flip upside down, it makes you fly backwards. So when you're out in the field flying it and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go upside down, you're inverted, and then all of a sudden you hear a quad go whoo, over your head because you've been flying backwards towards yourself. Makes you kind of make me crap myself a little bit. It scared me. I'll be honest. I was not expecting to fly backwards towards myself. So you almost have to fly with a very flat camera angle, or very consciously fly with the sky in view as opposed to the ground. Or you could do a cheater quad and have two cameras on there that switches the camera input based on either the motors going positive or negative, which would be interesting. I wonder if that would work. Yeah. I used to swear by those cheap AO Cam VTX. All my buds built. Use them a long time. Still whip. Yeah. They're awesome for what they are. They're super simple, especially if you're doing a very light build. I mean, I don't know where my daughter's little RC truck is, but I took one of those things and just VHB'd it right to the top of it so she can drive her little truck with the goggles on. It was kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Hi, Katie. Cora says, hi, Dad. Hello. Stop talking about the Beast Class build, guys. Let's see. Link for this month's giveaway isn't on Patreon. Let's see it. Should be. Let's see. Posts. Oh, I didn't pin it to the top. It should be pinned to the top now. There you go. Hopefully you can find it. You should be able to find it. It's there. Let's see. It is just looked cool. Foldy boy, yeah. So I'm thinking about gutting it, putting in a standard brushed flight controller ESC setup, swapping the camera out for something normal. Like, I'm pretty sure I could just tech screw right to the side of there and put a normal camera in there. Sorry about that. Try to fly with the same batteries. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it happens when we get inside of it. But this is something I regret taking on. I regret saying I would do a review on it, because now it's a lot of time and effort when I don't have any time right now in something that I'm not excited about. That is, like, they want me to create an affiliate account so you guys could buy this thing. They're offering $50 off, so it's $70 cheaper than a Mavic. Do not buy this thing, like, unless you really want to for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. That was drone built for making prison drops. Mike, I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to say it. But that's pretty much, yeah, it's untraceable. There's no flight logs, and you don't need any sort of connection other than the controller. I'm trying to figure out what radio protocol it uses to see if I can run a 4-in-1 module so I can control it from a normal radio. It'd be kind of neat if you could do that. Yeah, basically, Lawrence. I kind of wish it had brushed motors on it, or brushless motors, but we'll see. Celis, how are you doing, man? It's been a long time. I know you've been out of the scene for a little bit. Nice to see you, my friend. Hopefully you've gotten a chance to go out and rip. Buddy of mine, he moved out of the Mobile area to Atlanta. He hit me up last couple weeks, like, hey, he's like talking about getting his gear back out to go fly. I guess him and his buddy went to go fly the DJI FPV drone. He sent me a picture of it straight up in the air. He said the controller overheated and we can't control it now. What do we do? I'm like, just wait. It'll run out of battery. It'll do one of two things. It'll crash or it'll land. Pretty sure it just landed. But he got out and flew all his stuff, and he's like, man, I really miss this. I'm like, yeah, it's like once you get out and are doing it and you get past all the crap you got to deal with leading up to it, it's an awful lot of fun. Let's see. Lawrence says me and not tech support are doing 3D in the sim the other day. I was flying backwards and I realized you have flat camera. Yep. Need to fly basically a flat camera. Do a flat camera with a very wide angle lens, like one of the like the GoPro RC14 lenses or whatever those things were that we used to use back in the day on the old Runcam Swift bodies. That would be the deal. Yeah, the cheer quad thing is cool. It's long range. One is facing. Let's see. Mike Bergman here's posting a rotor builds. I have never posted a rotor builds, but this is interesting. So it's got an ass cam and a front cam. That's kind of cool. That's cool looking. It's a cool area. I recognize this mount for the GPS. I believe that's my design. I made a bunch of these and I put them all on Thingiverse. That looks like my design. Well, that's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Very cool. Very cool design. I definitely want to go back and watch the flight footage that they have linked there. Just not on the stream because reasons. Whack a Vista into it? Ooh, Lawrence, that is a great idea. That is a good idea. And I've still got the DJI controller, so that makes setup fairly easy. Oh boy, that's like finding a needle in a haystack, Brandon. Good luck. I think Konetsky FPV, like the other guy from Ethics, had a drone that he lost out in the mountains in California that he found like 2 years later. Octo's fun to freestyle. That'd be interesting. I'd like to try that. Let's see. He gave that to Speedy. That's cool. Yeah, DJI FPV drone dies and it'll land. Yeah. Bob Noxious, how you doing this morning? Green print looked awesome. Yeah. Good luck finding it. Although there was something that I think Bardwell had on a live stream, or it was the news, where they used like Google Map images, and then they flew a drone over the area, and they used some AI software to compare and contrast differences in the scenery, and they were able to find a downed wing. So I mean, it seems like an awful lot of work, but. Okay. Be an awful lot of work, but I mean, you can do it. Just need more coffee. Me too. More coffee. Are a lot of pilots near you? Not a ton. There's our multi-GP group has really taken a good hit after the COVID went through. A lot of people just got out of it, moved, their job situations changed. Like, it seems like that was a good excuse for any employer to just say, we're changing everything. All these cool deals you had where we didn't have to work weekends, we're working weekends now, and stuff. It's very hard to get a lot of people together. I tell you what, flying the X Class, like in the goggles, is just like flying any other quad until you see your shadow and you're like, oh, that's huge. Or you fly by yourself and you feel the prop wash. It kind of crazy. Let's see. We're gonna do the giveaway here in a little bit. Let's talk about this little guy here. This is a little project made by my man House FPV. This is a SIM adapter for the Express ELRS or even the Crossfire system. So we all know that Express ELRS can do Bluetooth SIM to your computer. I've had a ton of issues trying to do that myself. Latency is terrible. It's almost like it drops packets. It's like having small micro fail-safes all the time. And what this is this actually has an EP2 inside of it, along with a Raspberry Pi Pico board and a PCB that he designed, and it basically mimics your controller inputs to your computer. So you have all your normal latency that you would have from your Express ELRS system. And he's made it in this neat little package. I'd open this up and show you, but I have glued that one together. I'll show you what the PCB looks like. Right there, this little guy. It's all open source. It's on GitHub if you want to build your own. But I have a couple of them here set up that I've already built. I designed a 3D printed case for it, kind of a collab a little bit. But I'm gonna give away one of these guys. If you want to get in on one of these, we'll give one away today. Really easy to use. You just plug in a USB cable on your computer and you plug a cable into the box. Bind like normal. You'll have to just set this up in Express ELRS. Basically just plug it in, let it sit for 20 seconds. It'll go into Wi-Fi mode, and then you can update your bind phrase. It's just like binding to any other Express ELRS setup. This is going to be, let me set up the giveaway here. Make copy. Let's see, what's today? May 1, 2022. House ELRS giveaway. Give me 1 second. I'm setting this up. Let's see. One House ELRS joystick ADA tour. Oh, I spelled every word in that sentence wrong. That's awesome. All right, let's make this go bye-bye. Accepting, there we go. Cool, there you go. If you guys want in on that, there you go. Only rules is you got to pay for shipping. Little 101, $15 for the giveaway. This is going to be a free giveaway, but I appreciate that. Anyways, we'll throw that towards the old beast class thing there. So thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. So hit that link. That'll get you signed up for the giveaway. We'll spin the wheel on that. Spin the wheel for that. Let's say 11:50, just towards the end of the stream. It's 11:06 right now. We're gonna do the Toothpick giveaway here in about 25 minutes, and we'll do the this guy here. If you want to get a hold of one of these, House FPV is selling these over on FPV Exchange. House, could you hit me up with the link over? Either put it in the chatty thing or over on Discord. I'll post it up in here if you would kindly do so. He's selling these pre-built with a receiver, without a receiver, and he's also got the Gerber files for the PCBs, so you can cut them, have them cut yourself. There we go. Thank you so much. Copy link. Here is the listing. And he has two different designs right now. One for the Pi Pico, which is this, makes it into this big old boy here. And then he's also got one for a Pi 2040. It's a bit more expensive, but it is a lot smaller. You can See the size difference. It also uses USB-C. I did a video on these not too long ago. A really cool idea, especially for simming. I like having no wires, and the Bluetooth thing just plain sucks on the Express ELRS modules that I've tried. It may be my setup, it may not be, but I've tried it with a couple different computers, and it's just hot garbage. But this, it's like having a direct connection. My lap times did not change between direct connect and using this. My lap times between using this and the Bluetooth option built in Express ELRS were horrible. It was like I said, it was like having micro fail-safes. All right, we're going to give away 2. All right, House. You heard that? We're going to give away 2 of those today. One will come from me and one will come from House. House FPV is also giving a bunch of them to Nevin. He's the owner of FPV Exchange, to sell them over at Rampage. I have also given Nevin a bunch of cool stuff for him to hand out over when he goes to Rampage. Let's see. I've given him a bunch of stickers, obviously, because we all gotta get our stickers on. But I've also given him these. These are black anodized aluminum business cards. Yeah, this says 3FV. I did change it. I put Rampage 2022 at the top there. I just didn't take a picture of it. But it is the frequency chart. It has the DJI 25 and 50 megabit channels. It has all the IMD 5C and 6C frequencies for flying with multiple people. It has, the normal Fat Shark race band, all that stuff on it, so that you can have yourself a nice, handy, high quality frequency chart. You can just stuff that in your wallet. It is, like I said, it's black anodized metal. It is sharp AF. I was digging them out of my little mold with my fingernail, and I kind of cut the underside of my pinky, which kind of sucks. So he'll be giving those away. If you can find him at Rampage, try to flag him down if you want to get yourself one of them. He's also got a lot of other stuff he's planning on giving away there. Oh, where are we at on the chat here? C19 ruined my awesome. Okay, yeah. And now I'm just bitter and angry all the time. So Friday was my last day working on the shift that I'm on at work. It's honestly the first time I've been happy at work in the last 5 years, is working with these folks. So I'll be different position, different time slot, starting in a week. I'm off all next week studying. Oh, it is way faster than Bluetooth. It's faster, and like people are saying, like, oh, if you have other stuff on Bluetooth on your computer, it'll cause issues. Like, who doesn't use other Bluetooth stuff? Like, my mouse is Bluetooth, so I took all the Bluetooth extra things off my computer, and I still had issues with it. It was just bad. It would be awesome if we could find a way to actually measure the latency from the controller to the PC. Through all the stuff. I just don't know how to do that. It'd be nice if we could. What's the link for the giveaway? Nope, that's not it. There, I'll put in the video description too. Let's see, we gotta go up here, go to edit. Let's see, ELRS, joystick. Wow, I cannot spell anything today. Spelled it wrong again. Awesome. Joystick. God, I suck. Maybe it's a sign I've had too much coffee. And let's see, we'll do that. I'll go here. Copy link. I'm talking, so it doesn't seem like I'm ignoring you guys. All right. It should be in the video description now.
let me know if you don't see it. Should be in the video description for the entry for the link, or the link for the entry form, and also for purchasing it if you want to get yourself one pre-built from house. Let's see. The card with stick commands. Who uses stick commands? 200 milligrams. 200 milligrams. I'm way over that already, I'm sure. Let's see. Did you eat those grilled carrots like hot dogs? Yeah. So those were carrot dogs. It's carrots. You boil them till they're about fork tender, and then you marinate them in soy sauce, white apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, a little bit of vegetable broth, garlic, onion powder, and liquid smoke for about 6 to 8 hours. Just grill them like a normal hot dog. And the thing is, you need to eat them and don't think I'm eating a carrot. And it's always surprising when I feed those to people and they're just like, holy shit, these things are awesome. Yeah. Yeah, they are actually pretty darn good. Let's see. Smoky vegan carrot dogs. Here we go. So here's the recipe. If for some reason you guys want to try making them, that's the recipe. But they're pretty good. No, Celis, I was happy with the old position. We'll see how the new position goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. No, it's bittersweet. It was it's time to move on, do something different, but I'm gonna miss the guys that I was working with. Put a dog in a microwave right in 45 seconds. No, they're pretty darn good. I've made them a few times. And my go-to things for making food for the guys I work with, it's either I have a pretty good recipe that I make in the Instapot for chana masala. If you guys don't know what that is, go to an Indian restaurant, get it. You can thank me later. And then it's also just like Impossible burgers and carrot dogs. Something different, you know. It's not broccoli and steamed chicken or grilled chicken. You know, something a little different. Oh man! All right, so talk about some stuff that I've been seeing for the Radiomaster Zorro, the mini AG01 gimbals. Those are in production. I ordered mine directly from Radiomaster when they came out. Still have not shipped, which kind of sucks. The other thing that we've been talking about are kind of like the thumb grippy stick ends, and somebody posted these little guys. I don't know what you guys think of that, but I think this is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, especially for $20. They are clearly resin 3D printed. You can see the layer lines right there. Good prints, whatever. So what happened when this radio came out is there was another prominent YouTuber that said, "Oh, my fingers rest right on the wheels. It's really weird." If you have one of these radios, put it in your hands, close your eyes, and put your fingers on here. Your fingers should not end up on the wheels. Obviously, it depends on how your hands are shaped, but every time, this is where my fingers lay. Is right, focus, is right across to where the button is. And that's why my grip tape is shaped the way it is, because that is where your fingers should be laying. Finger straight, and plus, you know, for this side, this is where your arm switch is. This is your arm switch. This should be your arm switch. That's your arm switch. 2-position switch. Not this one. This one. So when you rest your hands on there, this is where you should be. If you're a pincher, on the other hand, that's different. This probably isn't I don't know if you would be pinching on this radio anyways. It's certainly doable, but even with that, my fingers are here, not up on the wheels, unless you've got, like, the only way I can get my fingers to rest on the wheels is if I have my palms way down on the radio, but then I can't actually hit the stops with my thumbs. So I don't think that is necessary, and they're awfully big. And they're 20 bucks. That is a lot. I don't think it's the right. Nah, dog, I'm out. If anything, I would remove the wheels rather than putting these things on there. That's my opinion. But I'm excited about the AGO1 gimbals. I do have a set coming. I don't think it's worth doubling the price of the radio because this thing is $100 as it is, and then another $100 for the gimbals. I do not think it's worth it. There's another person out there that's saying these gimbals are not adjustable. That is pure BS. They are adjustable. You just have to tear the radio apart to do it. They're not easily adjustable. But as soon as you set the tension properly and you put a little bit of Nigel on the slides and the contact surfaces, it definitely makes them feel pretty good. I didn't like the stick-ins that came with it either, but these are all personal preference things as well. I'm not going to not be happy with the AGO1 gimbals, I can tell you that. But I don't know if it's worth an extra $100. Especially since I go through radios like underwear. Like, I'm always on to the next radio. A little 101 sounds vegan. It is. It is. Mike Bergman, mango chutney. Yes, I absolutely love mango chutney. Absolutely love those. Those Flash Hobby 2004 3600 motors are really sweet. Thanks again. They're going on my Cinnamon build. Cool, man. Glad you like them. Chicken tikka masala is greater than hot dog flavored carrots. Well, yeah. Different purposes, though. I'm not going to make tiki masala for a group of guys that are washing it down with a major melon Mountain Dew. So put it all in perspective there. That grip look hot. It still has not peeled or moved. Awesome, man. Love my grips. Yeah, if you guys want to get yourself a set of grips, you can get them from Race Day Quads, or you can get them from my website, tweetfv.com. But then you lose your fidget spinner. Yeah. I don't really use the sliders for anything. I have one profile setup that's a race setup that I have this slider for a throttle limit. It'll go from no limit to 25% limit. So it'll give me 75% of throttle, still full resolution. And that, I'll run that one for I'll run it capped down at like maybe 80% for the first couple, maybe for like the first heat, and then I'll slowly bring it up. It depends on the track too. Let's see. SCO FEV has 3 sets of tweet grips. Tweet grips. Yeah, made him a custom set of grips. I do offer custom services if there's a particular pattern that you want that you don't see. All you gotta do is hit me up, and I'll see what I can do for you. Let's see if I got it. He tagged me, but I don't know Instagram very well. I don't know how to Instagram. Sorry. I'm trying to find the pictures you sent me because those things look absolutely sick, but I can't figure out how to get to them. I suck. Let's see, where were we at here? Yeah, so anyways, I had some bandana looking material, and I made him a set of his and her grips, one for a Mambo and one for a Tango 2, and he took some real sick pictures of them. Sco, could you send those to me again over in Discord? I would love to show people those pictures. I just can't figure out how to get to them through Instagram on the PC. So it says he's got Fiverr going on. He's doing logos. Good luck, man. Here we go. These are awesome. All right, guys. Here we go. Here's the grips I made for him. So this is for the Tango 2. And then this one here is the ones on his Mambo. I thought these came out really well. Awesome pictures too, by the way. Major Melon Mountain Dew. It's so good. It is so good. It is diabetes in the can. Yeah, I call it Mountain Dew's Nectar of the Tards, but jeez, this stuff was good. Anyone in here running Ghost? A lot of people I race with run Ghost. I'm the only one running Express ELRS that I know of that I race with. Celis, I am looking for a new logo. I got to order stickers soon, and I would like to throw another logo in my mix. I've got the two right now. I've got the Tweety Bird, and I've got my normal my Tweet FPV logo. So I've got this logo here. This is my. I don't know who designed this for me. It was a guy that lived up in like Ketchikan designed that for me. I really like that logo. And then I've also got. Oh, where's that? I've also got this one here. This one was designed by I think like Brand Crowd. So this is kind of like a make it yourself online thing. And I've had that one forever. And I like this one. I took the Tweet FB and I kind of put it at the bottom there. But looking for something else. And I think the hard part is whenever I ask somebody to do a logo, they never follow through because I just say, you're the artist, I'm not. Make something. You know? Nectar of the Tards. And they make it for breakfast too. Oh, man. Yeah, the Tango 2 really needs the grips. That thing, it looks like it'd be like really good in the hand, but that thing is slipperier than a bar of soap. Oh no, my stream health is dying. Or according to YouTube it is. I don't know. All right, guys, 5 more minutes. We're going to throw in the wheel. Everybody who's listed for the cavity build. It's a toothpick build, but I call it the cavity frame. Fun fact, this has been around, my frame has been around longer than Bob Ruge's toothpick frame. While he was struggling with production in China, I got to just cut it in my backyard. And it's my own design too, so whatever. I'm sure his frame's better. I am 100% positive that his frame is better. I've also got one of the Chris Rosser toothpick frames. Picked up one of these. Let's see what it is. This little guy here. This guy here, the AOS T3. It is a very interesting frame, and if anybody knows me, they know I'm a sucker for oddball frames. I hate your website. I absolutely hate his website. This is terrible. But it's got this funky, like 45-degree angle arm looking thing going to it. It looks like it's going to be heavy. There's a lot of press nuts and extra hardware that doesn't really need to be there. But based off his design, it is there. I don't know. It's definitely going to be heavier. Definitely going to be heavier. Yep, it is a cute toothpick frame. Brandon, that's about right. Is Kebab still around? Hell yeah, he is. He's busy doing all sorts of development. Motors and cine lifters. Like he's really kind of branched out past like the 5-inch FPV drone toothpick crowd. He's doing like cine lifters, custom motors, things like that. So he is definitely still around and still doing his thing. Doesn't make a ton of videos, and when he does, they're like 45-minute technical dives into really obscure things. But yeah. Bob Noxious was a Verdant, didn't respond to flip back over and smash the camera on my hybrid. Yikes. Never gotten to toothpicks. Toothpicks are a lot of fun. They're low threat. Like if you're gonna go to a park and there's some people around, like go fly a toothpick.
It's not. Nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna care. It's tiny. They don't make a ton of noise. They're very low threat. They're not super. They're fun to fly, but they fly different. So if you're gonna go out and fly it, and everyone's like, "Oh, this toothpick flies like a 5-inch," it's all. That's like it's not. It's not gonna fly like a 5-inch. It's not heavy enough to fly like a 5-inch. It doesn't have that huckability. Like if you want to like pop over something, you have to carry the throttle all the way through the maneuver. You can't just like pop, cut it, and then have it drift. It just wants to stop like almost instantly. But they're fun in the aspect of if you fly them like a toothpick, they can be a lot of fun. And they don't tend to break very easily because they're so light and there's very little kinetic energy when they hit the ground. Yeah. But they are an awful lot of fun. And you take the other side of the spectrum, like the 533 Tiny Trainer, which weighs a ton for what it is. And it's super fun to fly because it has that, it's got that fat huckability to it, where you fly around full throttle and you can still handle the thing. It makes you feel like a better pilot than you are. It's hard to explain, but the 533 Tiny Trainer is one of my favorite quads I've got out there. I have signal issues setting up in beta flight. Nope. Toothpicks are fun around the yard, parks, things like that. YouTube, shut up. You're giving me warnings. I don't like you. Go away. Stream status, poor. I know it's a poor stream, but it's what we got. What's the ideal motor? 1404. Whatever. Let's see. The motor I would use for a toothpick is going to be. It depends. Do you want to build a 1S or a 3S toothpick? Because that's kind of your options. But in my opinion, FPV Cycle does make some of the best motors for toothpicks. These are the ones that I would pick. If you're going to do a 1S, the 13 millimeter motors, he has a lot of time into designing these things. They have the ultra thick 2 millimeter prop shaft, because that's always the issue with the toothpick motors is the bell's bending, and it's not the bell, it's the shaft that bends. So these have the heavier 2-inch shaft, and if you wanted to do a 3S setup, I would do the 5000 kV motor. But the idea is to build it light as possible. Weight is the enemy on toothpicks. Well, okay, yes, it depends on how you want to build it. But Tiny Trainer is a ton of fun. Yeah, I definitely don't run prop screws. I will run prop screws on, like, it's kind of the same idea motor for like the 4-inch long range, but I will run prop screws on those just because, just that extra insurance that, like, hey, I'm not going to huck a prop for some weird reason if I'm like out there. But you know, the less rotational mass you have on that motor, the better it can perform. So ditching those 2 screws actually makes quite a bit of difference. It's a lot less weight to huck around. It does make the motors more responsive, for sure. Yeah, bi-blade for sure. Bi-blades are usually going to be quieter. And then the thing that comes along with toothpicks is the unreliability of AIOs. There's a lot of AIOs out there. Some are better than others. And then, you know, I mean, I still use beta FPV AIOs. I've had fairly good luck with them. Knocking on wood there. Because between them and Happy Model, I don't know. Those are like the 2 that I use. Them, the Happy Models. I do prefer the beta FPV boards. I've had better luck with those, but they're also really pushing the envelope. They're doing a lot in a very tiny space. So you are going to run into reliability issues because they're going to get hot. Everything's really packed in. Everything has to be very small. Room for error, for sure. All right, it is 12:30. Let's go ahead and shut this sucker down for the toothpick. If you didn't get in, head over to tweetfb.com and join the Patreon over there. Get yourself on the wheel. Let's do the old Wheelio Namos. Wheel of names. Here we go. Delete this guy here, and we'll do a paste. Somebody give me a time between 10 and 50.
We'll spin the wheel for this sucker. Any recommendations on a flight controller for a Toothpick build? The bigger the ESC rating, the better. I like Beta FEV. I know most people hate them, but it's mostly people who have never actually had them that hate them. You always hear about the problems. You don't hear about the good stuff. The good stuff is just that it worked, but you hear a lot. I personally like Beta FEV. There's other companies out there. I've used some JHEMCU boards. They had crappy gyros. The Beta FEV ones, like this guy here, popped an ESC. There's no good AIO. There's just AIOs. Look for the features you want for the price. Buy two. All right, guys. Let's spin the wheel here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And go. There we go. Not the 1S Beta FEV ones. Had 4 DOA, no receiver. 4 in a row. That's weird. But if you do have a dead one, send it back to the retailer. If you are gonna buy an AIO, don't buy it and then wait 6 months to build the quad. Buy it, then build it. Because if it's been sitting closed in a box for 6 months and then you hit up Get FEV and said, "Hey, I just installed this thing and it's dead, but it's 6 months old," they're probably gonna tell you to, F off. Michael Bergman, congratulations. You are the winner of the cavity build. Hit me up, and I'll arrange to get that sent out to you. Congratulations. Couldn't happen to a better person. All right. And let's see. We now have to move on to the... didn't want to show that. Sorry, guys. We're going to move on to the ELRS adapter, this little guy here. We'll spin this in about 10 minutes. Somebody remind me in the chatty thing when I get to that point. Spin it again. Are you serious? Mike Bergman says spin it again. He has too many quads. That's all right. We'll pull your name off of there. All right, guys. We're gonna stick with 39. We'll shuffle it again. Here we go. It's mighty generous of you, Mike. Mighty generous. Let's see, who's it gonna be? $34 entries. It is coming down to the wire here. Let's see. Not gonna be Lawrence. Is it gonna be Vincent or is it gonna be Speedy Turtle? I believe it's gonna be... Speedy Turtle FEV. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Let me hit up Speedy real quick. All right. He might. I just hit him up to see what he wants to do. But anyways, until I hear from him, congratulations. And let's see, we got the... Dang it. Bad streamer. Speedy has too many quads as well. Yeah, I hear ya. Rob Logan, we'll see you later, man. Have a good one. Oh, wait. No, is Rob leaving? Or no, it's Mike. Yep, Rob Logan's leaving. All right, man. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Talk to you over on the old Discordy thing. All right. iFlight Commando 8. I've been seeing some posts on that thing. They've been taking shots at the Zorro that says, "Why use small batteries when you can put more inside of it?" And they have a little 3D image of batteries inside of it. I don't know if I mean, I've had one ordered since they announced it. They still haven't started shipping them that I know of. At least mine hasn't. They say buy it now, but I'm pretty sure these are still on pre-order. And they say it's in stock, but mine hasn't shipped. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be a crap radio as well. It looks exactly like the T-Pro from the back. Yeah, it looks very T-Pro-ish without the sliders. Same sort of back grip panels. I believe they're reusing that mold as well. The issue I'm going to have with it, though, is going to be the ergonomics of it because, let's stop spazzing around. Again, they don't put any contour to the face of it. The gimbals are pointing straight up. They should be offset outwards. I feel like this is going to be another swing and a miss. I think it's going to be better than the T-Pro, but I don't think it's going to be a good radio. But I do have one coming because it's part of the whole grip business. I'll take it and I'll design grips for it. Looks like it'll be an easy design too. Thank goodness. If I don't have to redesign the back, that'd be great. I hate designing the backs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a good radio. I'm sure someone's going to get it, and then they're going to say it's the best radio in the world because everybody gets blinded by the fact that they own it, and everybody's narcissistic as the and everything I own is the best thing in the world. Tired of that mentality. All right. So, yeah, the Commando 8, it's going to be another option. The price is kind of high. The fact that it's more than the Zorro makes me think it's probably not going to sell well. I do like the fact that you can just swap out the internal modules on it, but I don't know. They're trying so hard to be something that this just shouldn't exist. They should just refund money, scrap them, start over. Like, this is not. It's too much. It's too little, too late. It's too much like the T-Pro, and it's not unique enough to make it worth being on the market. The internal module on the Commando 8 has 2 IPEX connectors before the signal to get to the antenna. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know either. There's been a few things out there. There was an AKK video receiver that did the same thing. They had diversity. They had 2 UFLs coming out of it. The thing didn't do well. So I don't know. Beta FPV Pro 3 had some problems. I've got the Beta FPV Light Radio 3 as well, the one with internal ELRS. It's honestly not a bad radio. I don't remember what the price was. That kind of dictates whether it's good or not to me. I forgot. Let's see what this thing costs. I forgot. Radio transmitters. Go away. Light Radio 3, $60. For $60, not a bad radio. Not a bad radio, especially with ELRS, because you don't need the screen, because it just binds everything with the right binding phrase. It's not a bad radio. This would be great for getting into the hobby or maybe giving to a kid to do sim work. Great radio for that. But the Pro 3 for another $30. With this weird little screen on the top. I don't know. I haven't seen too many reviews on it. I haven't been looking. Like I said, I've been kind of keeping my head down for the last couple weeks. I assume the module base still only does CRSF, so you can't put a multi-protocol module in it like you can. It's the same issue with the Light Radio 3. I don't know. It's kind of nice. It has a little screen on it. Something I do like is the fact that it's an OLED screen, and you think OLED, like, who really cares? I'll be honest, like the Zorro, if this thing had an OLED screen on it, it would be just that much nicer. The LCD screen kind of sucks, especially after using the Mambo that has an OLED screen. It's a big difference. It's a very big difference. Mike, I have not tried putting that lens on the DJI camera. So have you tried it? I'm curious. Because I used to put the RC18 lens on a lot of the old, like back when we used like the Runcam Swifts and stuff like that, and that was kind of like the way to go. Ram Donko, how'd the 107 go? Didn't do the 107. I've had that for a couple years now, 4 or 5 years, something like that. I've had a 107. the Lite 3 could take any module, not like the Lite 2. No, the Lite 3 will only take anything that is CRSF compatible. So you could put Crossfire Tracer or an Express ELRS module. You cannot put a multi-protocol module in the Lite Radio 3. Cool, Mike. I will have to check that out. This will be interesting. Yeah, studying for other stuff, Ram. Work-related stuff. The Whoop Store V2 has been working really well. Brandon won my Whoop Store V1 on the last live stream. Sounds like he's been enjoying it. Mike, sorry, Brandon. It's a good product. Really good product. I'm excited for other companies to copy it and take their own take on it. I don't like the fact that it looks like I built it out of acrylic. It looks like a Homer project. It needs to be in a molded case to make it look professional and probably sell better. Whoever Jackalope FPV is, I got an envelope with a bunch of his stickers. Thank you for sending these. These are really cool. I'll give a shout out to Jackalope FPV. Pretty cool sticker. I like it. Very cool. And I don't know who you are. Ciati FPV in the house. How's it going, my friend? Glad to see you around. Ciati's been doing some freaking killer paid work. Wicked jealous, buddy. I would love to dabble into that. It just ain't got no time. It starts. How you doing today? Aaron Ciati's usually streaming after the Josh Wisher Bardwells, so if you want to keep this FPV train rolling when I'm done here in about 15 minutes, watch Bardwell and then head on over to Aaron Ciati's stream, where craziness will ensue and nothing will get done. Sorry, man. Oh. All right, guys. If you haven't gotten in on the ELRS adapter entry form, go ahead and we're going to close this thing down in about a minute. So get in there. And dang it, I've been really good about not closing any windows because I lose my chat pop out, but I screwed up. But as soon as I'm done with this thing at work, I'll be moving on to some other projects. I'll get the Beast class going, get working on the head unit for the car. I'm also building a new, I'm also in the process of building a new NAS. I have been running a Synology pre-built NAS for a long time. It's been really good. I'm starting to edit 4K footage, and it's just not standing up because it's only 1 gigabit. So I've been built a new one. Got the pups there. They're doing what they do best. That is absolutely nothing. They know I'm talking about them too. Yeah, you can see the mess of home-built head unit and all the stuff there on the table. Wrong button. Yeah, those guys are useless. I love them, but they're useless. Totally useless. All right, guys, we're gonna close down the giveaway here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go ahead and set up the wheel. Got 21 entries. Another wheel of names. Wheel of names. Here we go. There we go. All right, guys. This is for... Oh, that's right. We're going to give away 2 of these. I forgot. We're giving away 2 of these guys. 1 from me and 1 from House. Here we go. Let's pick a time. Yeah, I don't know. It's 30 seconds. Here we go. All right. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. I assume I'm still streaming. I don't know. We'll see. There it is. It's going. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Athix? Believe it's going to probably be Athix. Congratulations, Athix. You won this one here. I'll send you this one. hit me up over on Discord, and we'll arrange for the shipping. And let's go ahead and pop your name off the list there, and we'll give away number 2. Good luck. Gotta set up with you one day. I'm having trouble binding my radio to my receiver. Maybe using too big of a hammer. Yeah, so Dan here bought a bunch of stuff, or got a bunch of stuff from a guy. I think he's got some Spectrum stuff in there. We'll get you set up. Number 2 is gonna be, is it gonna be Ryan, or is it gonna be Mac 282? Ryan Settlemeyer. Hit me up at tweetfu.com over on Discord, and if you don't, I've got your email address. That's why I use the form the way I do, and we'll get that out to you. Congratulations, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream today. Got about 10 more minutes here, and then I gotta get back to, well, no, I gotta go play Minecraft with my daughter for a little while, and then I gotta go back to studying. I'm tired of studying. It better pay off. Jeez. Better be worth it. Better be worth it. It won't be. It won't be. I want to thank all my patrons. These wonderful people up here on the top bar. They are what keep this going. Everything that comes in on Patreon, affiliates, and all the other stuff goes right back into this thing. To bring to you guys. Thank you so much to FPV Crate for being a sponsor and providing FPV crates for giveaways and review. Thank you, Ruko Drones, for sending me this pile of shit. I'll be getting a review for you guys soon. The fact that I asked them, how do I sell this thing? Like, what's good about it? And they say it comes with 2 batteries, is a bad sign. Oh, man. I got plans for you, though. I got plans. Got plans. Lots of plans. Athix, congratulations. Who else won stuff today? Athix, Speedy Turtle. Haven't got back from him. And let's see. And also to Ryan Settlemeyer. Thank you so much for playing along today. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for contributing to the dang it, figure this out. Oh, there we go. Thanks for contributing to the Beast Class Fund. Every little bit helps a ton. It always helps. Oh, let's see. Family Guyver, what's up? Started late today. You missed everything, Family Guyver. Go back and watch the DVR. We talked a lot about stuff. We talked about a lot of stuff. Words are tough today. I think I've had too much coffee. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Go to tweetfu.com if you want to find those affiliate links or ways you can support me. We'll do that. And yeah, man. Looking forward to the AGO1 gimbals coming out. Don't follow Bardwell's video because I saw a lot of things that he screwed up that he just glossed over. So yeah, they're all issues that I had as well. So just be careful. Take good pictures of your radio before you start tearing it apart. Mac 282, always look forward to live stream. Keep the good work. Thanks for all the hard work. No, thank you. Appreciate it. And if you guys haven't noticed, I've been doing like little shorts from the live stream, so I'm streaming and DVRing it. Then, like, if there's anything that's worthwhile, I'll just cut that up and put it out during the week. Especially this last couple weeks, because I haven't actually been doing any content creation. Busy studying, and also my NAS has been crunching ones and zeros for the last 2 weeks, trying to rebuild arrays and all that kind of stuff. It's what you do when you're living on the cheap side, trying to have good stuff. Celis, all right, man. Have a good one. Hopefully you get out and do some flying. Hopefully the weather's better where you're at. Sun's starting to come out. Too bad I'm not going to enjoy it. Oh, boy. Let's see. What else is there going on? A lot of conformal coding is going to have to happen with this Beast Class build. I'm probably going to do the build live, but it's going to be one of those things like, I'm going to sit down for an hour tonight and work on it, and I'll just do a live stream. But I want to try to do all the build live instead of like sitting down and recording it, because I don't think there's a lot of content to be made by just doing a traditional like build video on it. There's plenty of them out there. JB's got one that's really good on basically the same stuff.
I just like to build it and hang out and kind of shoot the shit. Gimbals shipped yet? Nope, mine have not, Rick. Unfortunately, I really wish they would. Yep, they have not shipped. Yeah. You doing the hour live later? I do have an order I need to cut. I might do it, Lawrence. I don't know. We'll see. We got a small order from RDQ. I got to get up by Monday, but we'll see. We shall see. If you want to hang out with me outside of the live stream, go to Discord. I'm always over there. Been a little absent this last couple weeks for reasons, but I also have a members only section, which I'm always monitoring. See if you guys need any help over there. Do it live. I can only watch so much of Johnny and Amber drama. Oh my god. Like, my feed has been beating me up to watch that crap. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll click on one, and it is the most ridiculous stuff I have ever seen. Like, I'm surprised the Learning Channel hasn't gotten in on doing that and like had rights to airing it, because they could make a ton of money. It's like the Lion King, but just, you know, not with lions. It's pretty ridiculous stuff. Don't strap bombs to your drones. Don't put guns on them. Don't put Roman candles on them. And if you do, don't videotape it. And if you do videotape it, don't put it on YouTube. And if you do put it on YouTube, just say you found the SD card. And if you do that, just unfriend me and unsubscribe, because I don't want anything to do with that. Watch Ozman review of the trial. Oh my god. Ozzy Man reviews are hilarious, and that would be very interesting. Gotta be than my 600-pound sister. All right, so since pretty much everybody's out of here, I had a call one night. We were out southern part of Lake Michigan looking for a jet ski that was adrift. Whatever. We get halfway there, we get redirected to like, oh yeah, we need to do a pickup of a person that needs to be medevac. So we're headed out there, and we start asking for information. And it turned out it was a 1,000-pound woman that needed to be airlifted out of their house. We're like, no dog, we're out. Not gonna happen. Get a crane and a flatbed. Like, we're not. That is not in our job description. It was crazy. Very crazy. Ryan's one of my regulars. I direct to your channel. He's super stoked that he won. Awesome, man. I'm glad that somebody is excited about that. It will take a little doing to get it set up, because you do need to flash Express ELRS with your bind phrase. And just kind of a PSA, if you have a bind phrase already on the receiver, you can't do the 3-time to put it into binding mode. It does not do binding mode after you have a bind phrase put on it. So I may just clear the bind phrase off so they can do that. Whatever, we'll see. People do stuff to their drones. What a monstrosity. That's crazy. Kerry Miller, how you doing? From New Zealand. I've always wanted to visit New Zealand. Two of the big bucket list things is to go to New Zealand just to visit, and then I also want to see the Isle of Man TT. Those are the two that I have. Remove roof? No, yeah. Remove house. Remove the fork. Anyone know when the HD0 whoop stuff is coming? I don't know. It can't come soon enough. I'm actually, like, it's been a long time since I've been like excited about some of the stuff in this hobby. Like, I'm excited about the Zorro. The DJI stuff was exciting. Express ELRS was exciting. HD0 is kind of exciting because I race. I really like it for racing. The micro stuff, that's gonna be pretty cool. I like that. Remove house, yeah. Let's see. Flying FPV, yeah, is that you? Is that the person I'm thinking of? Meant to be a full set board, cam, and MIPI. Yeah, the big deal is that it's gonna be a 1S board. I'm excited that that is actually gonna happen. Very excited.
Let's see. What do you think about HD0 open sourcing a thing? I think it's awesome. I think it's a great idea. It depends if he's open sourcing all of it. That's awesome. If he's open sourcing it, but still saying like you need to buy our ASIC, not super excited about that. But it's still, I mean, it's still awesome. But the issue you're going to run into is, let's say Beta FPV picks it up and they start making Beta FPV HD0 boards, and then they build them wrong. Then it's going to make HD0 look like crap, because I don't know if you guys saw the numbers of HD0 VRXs that are out there. It is not many. It's like 2,000. Like 2,000 receivers are out there. I have 2 of them. So how many people have more than one? Probably a few people. I don't. It's not a big enough market where they can make it and have a company screw it up. If they screw it up, it's going to make it. It's going to be a big black eye for HD0. But if they do it right and actually work with the developer groups, kind of like what Express ELRS does, like Beta FPV wasn't communicating with Express ELRS and they were messing some things up that they didn't know about. We had problems. Same thing with Jumper making the T-Pro and not talking to the devs. Like, hey, how are you going to flash this thing if you brick it? Let's fix your mistake. If they work closely with the devs and put their engineering know-how and their suppliers behind it, I think it could be a very good thing. Very good thing. $100. The lot has been mentioned. Oof. Maybe not. $100 is a lot. Really missed out on the cheap shark bite system when they were blowing them out at $50. Is there a way to have HD0 on a non-HDMI input goggle added to V5? No, there is not. Well, I mean, there is a way, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You would have to go into an HDMI to composite converter and then go from composite into your goggles, which latency, dimensional issues like aspect ratio issues, it's just not worth it. Sorry. Where there's a will, there's a way, but I don't think it's worth it. Order the Beta 65 frame, $4, shipping $15. Lawrence, I feel bad for you for the shipping costs you got to pay and also the import fees. You're going to pay $100 in import fees. Oh, closer to 5,000. Okay, that's still not a ton, but it's still not a ton, but it's a lot more than I thought it was. That's good. I have Sharkbite, never used it. I had Sharkbite for almost a year and a half before I decided to use it. I had the old Sharkbite Frost system, you know, the old one with the standalone DVR monitor ground station. I had that. And I had Sharkbite for about a year before I actually got to using it because they started making cameras that were worth a shit. Boxer's making HD0 as well. That's awesome. Only the software's going to be open source. Hardware still has to be licensed. Well, that's dumb. Never mind. Yeah. I think it needs to be all open source, kind of like the Express LRS system. But I know, like Carl, he wants to make money on it, which I understand. I think he's put damn near his life savings into it. There's got to be a way to make it so the community can do good work on it. But then again, I think it's the software that needs to be developed, not so much the hardware. I think the hardware's, like the core of the hardware is good. It just needs to be laid out and developed better. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do. Is it worth swapping the antenna on a multi-protocol module? No, it's not. Just run the 2.5 dB one that comes with it. Wouldn't mess around. There's no free lunch in RF. If you put one of those big Peter the Penetrator 5 dB antennas, it's more gain, but it's like double the gain isn't double the distance. It's, I think, a factor of 4 you got to go up, but it creates a much narrower pattern. So your cone of silence coming off the end of the antenna is bigger. Yeah, there's no free lunch in RF. I don't think it's worth it. If it's going to make or break your being able to get to where you want to go on an MPM, just stand 20 feet closer. I don't think it's worth it. Didn't Fat Shark actually make the firmware and give it to HD0? I have no idea. Just ASIC was remaining closed. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to this stuff in the last couple of weeks. I know a lot has gone down. Oh, shit. I forgot. Orca acquired Immersion RC. How did I miss that? That is huge. I know everybody's over there watching Joshua Bardwell right now, but Orca acquiring Immersion RC is a huge, huge step. I know it doesn't seem like it, but that's going to be big for those guys. Now I wish I would just hire a quality PR person and get that complete hole that's on Facebook out of the damn company, because that guy is just rising his shit. Yeah, do you see his comments about open source hardware? How, like, he really stepped in it. He said some really bad things about the open source community, and man, they jumped down his throat. Like, he really stepped in it. They need to that guy just needs to be left alone from talking for the company. They need to hire an actual PR person. My opinion, and that of a lot of other people. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's 12:03. Joshua Bardwell should be streaming in a couple minutes after his 17-minute long intro song. And then after he's done, head over to my man, head over to my man, Ciati FEV, for another awesome good time. And he's been talking a lot about how to get out and actually get jobs doing what we love. And it's been extremely valuable content. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. And as always, folks, stay positive. See ya.